Starting a home budget can seem like a pretty exhausting task, but it doesn't have to be. I will give you simple tips and tricks on how you can get started the easy way. So kick back, grab a snack, and let's get to it. You just have to remember you can do this. Hey everyone, welcome back to Living to Budget, where we share simple tips and tricks on how to save your family money the easy way. My name is Cassie. Thank you for joining me. If you like these types of videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and click the notification bell so you don't miss out whenever I post new videos every Tuesday and Saturday. So some people think that starting a home budget is the hardest thing, but it's actually maintaining the budget. Anyone can start a home budget, but you have to be disciplined enough to maintain it. Luckily, I'm going to help you out and keep it simple. The first thing you need to do to start a home budget is get you an adult allowance. Did she just say adult allowance? Don't adjust your YouTube. Yes, I said adult allowance. Look, allowances are not just for kids. They can also be for you as well. Here's how this works. First thing you need to do is leave your debit card and credit card at home. Leave it at home. Put it in a bowl of water, freeze it, lock it up in your safe. Whatever you have to do, keep it in a safe place, people. You don't want to be losing that. But go ahead and lock it up so that you are not tempted to use your card. Think about it this way. If you have your credit card or your debit card with you, you are sitting here swiping and swiping and swiping. Next thing you know, you have racked up $200 in one day. The trick is with the adult allowance is to pull out cash. Yes, I said cash. Pull out cash, and that is what you're going to use for the entire week. Pick a day that you want to have your allowance day, and it's going to be $50 per person in your household. This mainly would mean you and your spouse or your partner. This $50 is not for bills. It's not for gas. This is for everything that you would want to purchase during the week, whether it's fast food while you're at work. Ladies, if you want makeup or different clothing, that's not a need. We're going to get into that in just a minute. If you run out of cash before your allowance day, guess what? You're out of money. Studies have shown that some people, and I do say some people, are more prone to save their cash than what they would if they had a credit card and they can just swipe as much as they want. Now, on the flip side of that, there is some people that whenever they have cash, they will tend to spend it in a large sum. The second thing you're going to want to do is understand the difference between want versus need. Do you know the difference between want versus need? You may need food, but what you don't need is to spend $200 worth of food in 1 week. For yourself, for you. Don't do it. You may need shoes, but you don't need 20 pairs of the most expensive shoes in the store. So I challenge you to write down 10 things that you want and 10 things that you need and compare the two. Because 9 times out of 10, you are looking at things as more of a want versus a. This could be why you're having a hard time spending money. In your head, you're thinking that I really, really need this, when in all actuality, you only want this. The third thing is to know your bills. Look, I'm going to be honest. We all have bills and we all hate paying them, or at least I hate paying them. You should know at all times how much your bills are and when they are due. I would suggest writing your bills down on a sheet of paper or building a spreadsheet. I know there are some websites that you can use, like Mint and others, that will help you track your bills. One thing that I strongly suggest is using Google Calendar. I've been using Google Calendar for about 2 years now, and I absolutely love it. I still do my spreadsheet to keep up with my totals, but I also use Google Calendar so that I can go and pre-fill when my bills are due or a few days before they're due, and whenever I pay them, I just change the color of them and put the amount. This way I can kind of take it anywheres with me and always know when my bills need to be paid and when they are paid. The reason why this is so important is because you don't want to pay late fees. People, if you have several bills that are late, those late fees can really add up. Now, I understand that when times get hard, sometimes you just can't avoid it. But if you can, you really need to try to go ahead and make sure that all your bills are paid in the appropriate time. I will get more into bills at a later time. If you check out the description box down below, there will be a link to all of the blog posts that are associated with this video, including your bills. The fourth thing is to know your debt to income ratio. Look, if you've ever bought a car or you've ever gotten a loan, you probably know that you should have a certain debt to income ratio. Debt would be considered anything in your household that you pay notes on. This would be mortgage, property tax, if you have a car loan. But kind of get in with your bills, this is also things that you pay like your utilities, credit cards, student loans, and installment loans. Don't forget about any child support or alimony that you also pay. Income is all of the income that you receive. This could be your work income if you have a business on the side and you get paid, and also child support and alimony. How you figure out your debt to income ratio would be taking your monthly debt and divide that by your gross income amount. That will give you your debt to income ratio percentage. Now, I will say anything under 36% or around that is very favorable. And especially if you're going to get a loan, that is what they look at. 41% and older means that you're kind of at a risk. The reason why knowing your debt to income ratio is so important is because you need to make sure that you're making more than what you have to spend. So if your bills are more than your income, you may want to rethink some of your bills. Now, we're not talking about groceries here, things that you live off of. This is just bills. Definitely, if you are spending more in bills than what you are making, this means that you don't have any money extra in your budget for groceries, things that you may need, and emergency case situations. The fifth and last thing is something that a lot of people don't do, but I personally think is really important. This is just my opinion, and that is to keep you a checkbook. Yes, I know, it's a little old school, but having a checkbook is actually really important. I understand that we're kind of in the new age of technology and everything is digital now, but having a checkbook is really, really good. About every week or every other week, I will sit down and I will write everything out in my checkbook of what has come into our account and out. I even have colored highlighters per category because, you know, I'm a little extra. It's important to keep a record of your account, and you should know what is in your account. That way you can make sure that you're not going to get hit with any NSF fees or things like that. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, it happens, but it can really weigh you down. Knowing what you have in your account is very important. Alright everyone, so those are my 5 tips on how to start a budget. I know this is not exactly starting a budget, but you really need to do these 5 things in order to prepare for your budget. If you don't get these things in control now, it's going to be 10 times harder to do once you actually get started with your full budget. Take some time and get these 5 steps started now. Trust me, everything else will flow much easier if you have this under control. So to really go ahead and start the adult allowance today, like seriously, today. Leave those debit cards at home. If you don't have to use it, don't bring it out. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, give me a big thumbs up and leave a comment down below. I love y'all, and remember, you can do this. You just have to be disciplined and want it. I will catch y'all in the next one. Bye. What is wrong with me? Where do I start? Start with groceries? No. Did she really say adult allowance? Yes, you. Talking about you. I'm done.